Hi everyone, I have a romantic suspense recommendation for you. It's by Elizabeth Goddard and it is a new release by Ravel. And it's called Cold Light of Day. I'm going to read to you just a little bit of the prologue and you will find out how thrilling this story is. Southeast Alaska, May. I never should have come. What was he even doing here? What had he been thinking? I'm an idiot. He wasn't so stupid that he couldn't admit he was lost. Dusk was almost on him, and if he didn't find his way back to civilization soon, he could very well die. Kenny thought back to his uncle's open invitation to find refuge at his place in the mountains. The man often bragged about wild Alaska, eagles, bears, Bigfoot, spawning salmon, whatever. Kenny wasn't much of a fisherman, but he could learn to fish. What better place than Alaska? Or he could hike on a glacier. Take up dog mushing. You can escape whatever holds you back, son. Here in Alaska, the world is at your feet, his uncle had said. And like the proverbial fool on an errand, Kenny had finally decided to take his uncle up on that offer and purchased a one-way ticket to surprise him. With its record-breaking snowfall, his hometown of Sault Ste. Marie in Michigan's Upper Peninsula couldn't be that different from Southeast Alaska, could it? And since Kenny had spent half his life on a snowmobile, he could make his way around the snow-covered Tongcrass National Forest, a temperate rainforest, the same way. He'd worked up a sweat hiking, and the cold wind whipped around him, cutting between the layers of his fleece-lined winter jacket. With the lush evergreens covered in fresh snow, early May seemed like winter. The frosted forest closed in around him as he hiked on the snowshoes he'd brought from Michigan. He'd taken the snowmobile up the road and thought he could continue up the trail. But the vehicle had gotten stuck. Stuck? Of all the stupid things to happen, he couldn't believe it. That was on him. He shivered and glanced at his cell phone. No signal. But he hadn't expected one. Still, he could have made it to his uncle's by now. Had he missed an important marker? The man had sketched him a map, for crying out loud. Kenny pulled the drawstring out of his pocket and clumsily held it in his gloved hands. All he'd had to do was follow the trail, and that was the problem. Well, I think that you have heard enough to understand that this is a thrilling romantic suspense. Again, it's Cold Light of Day, and it's by Elizabeth Goddard, new release, and you will love it.